This past week was Japan's Golden Week, a week filled with multiple national holidays. With much of the country off of work and school, Golden Week is prime time for Japanese Smash Ultimate tournaments, and 2022 was no exception. With two major brackets breaking the 500 entrant mark and many other regional level events occurring across the country, this week was the most action-packed for Japanese Smash Ultimate in the post-lockdown era. Today, we'll take you through it all. From the prodigious Steve making his claim for Best in Japan, to a new challenger for Best Ryu in the world, and beyond. The festivities started over the weekend with the Kurobra series in Kanagawa, where brackets were held on Sunday and Monday. Ice Climber's main Fuwa won her first event of a long competitive Smash career, claiming Sunday's 64 entrant bracket. Fuwa was one of the best Marth players in Japan in Smash 4, with a peak placement of 2nd place at the 221-player Sumoboto 13. With the switch to Ice Climbers, Fuwa's results in early Smash Ultimate were inconsistent, but have been steadily improving in the post-lockdown period. At Kagaribi 5, she picked up her biggest upset in Ultimate with a 3-2 win over Niatono, and would go on to finish 65th out of 512. The Kurobra win, featuring a pair of wins over Joker Aegis player Rain, was her first win at a 50-person Ultimate event, a huge accomplishment after 3 years on the grind. Fuwa would enter Monday's Kurobra as well, but fall at 9th. Monday's event also saw the return of top Link player T, but he would fall at 3rd place. Lax, a Chrom, Roy, and Sora player making just his 3rd significant offline appearance, took the 84 entrant Monday bracket over Rui's Ike. Ranked 23rd on Japan's online ladder Smash Mate in the recent 15th season, Lax is yet another of Japan's Wi-Fi warriors who has made the seamless transition to offline play. He immediately made his mark at his first offline event, Kagaribi 4, where he made a massive upset over top Zero Suit Samus player Kudo en route to a 33rd place finish. At Kurobra 28, Lax fell 2-1 to T before making a 5-set losers run to the title, including a run-back victory over T and the double elimination against Rui in Grand Finals. To the west in Osaka, Sunday also held the 512 entrant Masuma Top 7, the biggest Japanese major since Kagaribi 6 back in January. We last highlighted acola on this channel back in March, when he won the 128-player bracket at Sumobato SP24, embarking on an absurd 9-set losers run that included wins over Kome, Abadango, and Hikaru twice. Between then and Masuma Top 7, he entered 3 offline brackets and won every single one of them. But here was his biggest test yet, a full-on offline major featuring 4 times as many players as he had seen in an offline bracket, and some of Japan's hardest killers. Shutone, Yoshidora, T, Protobanum, Kameme, Ken, and more were all in attendance. Despite falling to Yoshidora in losers semis, acola would continue his winning streak thanks to a 5-set losers run with wins on top Bowser player Hero, T, Yoshidora in the runback, and the double elimination against Shutone in Grand Finals. Shutone remains the only one to eliminate acola at an offline event, back at the 8-player Masuma Invitational that was acola's debut back in February, a set that is sure to be a staple in top 8s at Japanese events for a long time to come. Yoshidora rebounded nicely from a 49th place finish at his last major, Kagaribi 6. On top of the aforementioned win over acola, Yoshidora picked up wins against Raito, Hero, and Kameme on his warpath to winners finals before falling to Shuton and acola for 3rd. It was also a big tournament for established top players using their secondaries. T used Kazuya Mishima along with his Pac-Man en route to 4th. Kameme, using some Sora along with Mega Man, found his way into his 2nd consecutive major top 6, duplicating his 5th place from Kagaribi 6. Ken also continued to find use for his Sephiroth secondary, using the One-Winged Angel along with Sonic to place 7th. Only 3 of the top 8 players at Masuma were solo mains: Yoshidora, Hero on Bowser, and Jogibu on Captain Falcon. The action continued Tuesday in Tokyo with Seibugeki 10, a 192 entrant bracket. Shutone, using a healthy amount of Aegis with his trusty Olimar, claimed the bracket over a pair of FGC players, Ashimo on Ryu and Risuto on Terry. With his win at Seibugeki 10, Shutone extended his streak of top 2 finishes to 7 offline brackets, dating back to Kagaribi 6 in January. That's incredible consistency given the intense strength of Japanese Smash. In second place was Ashimo, a Ryu player who began competing in 2020 and made his first consistent forays into offline Smash in summer 2021. At Kagaribi 6, he rode a major upset over top Toon Link player Sigma to a 17th place finish. At his next offline tournament, Sumabato 24SP, a little over 2 months later, he would take out 2 of Japan's strongest players, Pokemon trainer main Atorie and Shulk main Komei, for a brilliant 3rd place finish. At Seibugeki 10, Ashimo rattled off a 5-set losers run to place 2nd, including a run back over Risuto, who took him out 2-0 in winners. All of this action led up to Kagaribi 7, the biggest event of the week at 768 entrants and filled to the brim with top Japanese talent. With such a combination of new talent emerging from the Wi-Fi era and established Japanese Smash legends in one bracket, chaos was guaranteed to reign, and oh did it ever. At a tournament featuring top seeds like Protobanum, Shutone, T, and Ken, Grand Finals instead featured the 31st and 57th seeds. By far the highest combined seeds in a grand final at a tournament of this size we've ever seen. The identity of those 31st and 57th seeds might not surprise you though, if you've watched the rest of this video. Coming from loser's side was Ashimo, the explosive Ryu who took 2nd at Seibugeki 10. He was responsible for 2 of the biggest winner's side upsets at Kagaribi, taking down Protobanum 3-1 to open up top 96. He would later dispatch T in a down-to-the-wire Game 5 set that saw Ashimo connect back air after back air after back air to hold off a spirited reverse 3-0 attempt from the Pac-Man. The crown jewel of a bracket run that also included wins over Subo, Huto, and Gact. In winner's side was the unstoppable Steve Acola. He had to work for it. 4 times he was pushed to a decisive Game 5, but he won them all. In the process, he took out Yoshidora, top Japanese Kirby main Kono Kururu, who, as an aside, had a fantastic week with solo Kirby, taking 13th at Seibugeki and 17th at Kagaribi, just months after placing 129th at the January edition of Kagaribi. Anyways, Palutena and Minmin player Omuatsu, and finally, top Nest player Gact in winners semis, all by 3-2 game counts. In winners and grand finals, Acola unceremoniously destroyed Ashimo's Ryu, taking it by a combined 6-0 to win yet another offline major. At 15 years old, Acola already became Smash's youngest major winner earlier in the week at Masuma. The Kagaribi victory only confirms his status as not just the future of Japanese Smash, but as a real contender for its current best player. Even if Zach Ray might have something to say about that when he returns from his excursion into the world of Pokemon Unite. Acola's Steve featured a fascinating combination of the stellar resource management that made Jake Steve shine at previous North American events, with a staggering collection of setups and tech to exploit everything Steve's unique toolkit has to offer. For more on just what makes Acola's Steve so powerful, check back in with us next Tuesday for a deep dive into Acola's historic winning streak. Don't want to miss it? Make sure to click that subscribe button. For now though, let's dive back into the Kagaribi 7 results and take a look at some of the players who were able to destroy their seed projections. A whopping 8 players made top 32 of Kagaribi 7 while attaining a seed performance rating of +5 or higher, which is to say all of the players on the graphic you see here outplaced their projected seeds by at least 5 rounds in loser's bracket. We've already covered Acola and Ashimo. 2 other players managed to tie Ashimo's +8 SPR mark, and it was a breakout tournament for both. First, Ryo, a Sonic player from Tokyo, had by far his best offline performance, following up a 33rd at Tuesday's Seibugeki 10 with a run all the way to 17th at Kagaribi, defeating Kept and Surasura, top Japanese representatives of Villager and Bayonetta respectively. Oi George is a Minmin player whose only offline appearances prior to Golden Week were a few Umiburas back in 2019, where he peaked at 193rd. He opened Golden Week with a 7th place finish at Kurobra 28 Day 1 and followed it up with a 25th place at Kagaribi despite losing in Winners Round 2. Oi George won 9 straight sets in losers, taking out Alice, Matsuan, and Aya Lin along the way to his best offline performance yet. Chaco, one of Japan's top Zero Suit Samus players, had his best tournament run in the post-lockdown era, making a run to top 12 for the first time since Umebura SP7 all the way back in November 2019. That was part of an incredible PGRU Season 2 for Chaco, who would go on to rank 26th that season. Kagaribi 7 was a major return to form for Chaco, who took down Shogun, Yaura, and Kameme before falling to Huto and Kome for 9th, good for a +6 SPR. Joining Chaco on the +6 line is Ryuo, a Diddy Kong main who began competing at EVO Japan 2020 and started consistently entering offline events in October 2021. Seibugeki 10 earlier in the week was already a breakthrough performance, as he took out Huto and Jogibo en route to 9th place, his best finish yet at a tournament of that size. At Kagaribi, an event featuring 4 times as many players and some of the most concentrated talent you'll see in Japan, he finished 13th, winning 7 matches in losers, taking down Hikaru, Suinoko, and Rio before falling to Yamanaction for 9th. At the +5 line, we see some of the most impressive deep runs of the weekend. Dio made a strong case as the best snake in Japan at Kagaribi 7, running all the way to 4th and defeating Suinoko, Kome, Aim, Rhea, and Huto on the way before he was double eliminated by Gax Ness. Dio is on a hot streak as of late, with Kagaribi 7 marking the 4th consecutive tournament at which he has outplaced his seed. He's been picking up some big wins too, as he took out Takara and Shutone en route to 3rd place at Sumabato 25 in March. With Apollo Kage on a hot streak in America as well, with a 7th place at LTC and a 13th place at Pound in April, the competition for best snake in the world is starting to heat up. Rounding out the +5s, we have Huto, a Wario, Captain Falcon, and King K Rule player who made his first top 8 at a tournament of at least 200 players at Kagaribi 7, blowing past his previous best placement, his 13th out of 386 at Kagaribi 4 back in June 2021. While Huto's Wario has been his most successful character in the past, the Falcon did some serious work at Kagaribi, most notably taking down Chaco in his final win of the bracket. This was a level of performance we hadn't seen from Huto since the PGRU B-Tier EGS Cup number 2 all the way back in August 2019, where he took out Chicken, AA, and T as part of a 3rd place finish. Wario has always been a popular character in Japan, but Captain Falcon is starting to get some more play as well, with Huto joining Jogibu, who finished 7th at Masuma Top 7 before taking 13th at Kagaribi 7, as top Falcons picking up results in the country. With the conclusion of Golden Week, one of the busiest months in recent Smash Ultimate history comes to an end. We'll have more on the chaos caused by Acola's dominant Steve on the channel going forward. Next week, our attention also turns to the upcoming Melee Summit 13. We'll be bringing the preview and recap content for one of the biggest events on the Melee calendar, so subscribe to PGstats to keep up with everything you need to know for Summit and beyond. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, please check out PGstats.com and follow us for more information. This has been Kimona, and if you want to keep up with me, check me out on Twitter at @ThatKimona. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.